How y'all doing today? This is Engine Joe. Want to tell y'all a little Dragonlance story about, I guess, September of 1994 is when I was first introduced to Dragonlance. Old Henry Nash was my next door neighbor. Kind of a slow dude, used to walk up the subdivision with a boombox. Had Meatloaf Bat Out of Hell playing on it all the time. But he walked up and down the subdivision at all hours with a boombox. But anyways, he was the first person who basically showed me the concept of Dungeons and Dragons. He had a copy of Dragons of Spring Dawning and this Dragonlance comic book. Now, I'm not real sure what brought up the conversation, but I think we were talking about The Legend of Zelda. And he mentioned something about some character called Tasselhoff and something called Dragonlance. Well, this particular comic book, this was the third book right here. I took this book in, I guess it was Halloween, 1994. I remember it because they had a bunch of Beavis and Butthead stuff on the wall. I went and took this comic book into Walden Books and told the clerk what I was looking for, and she pointed me toward a back wall. Got to the back wall, and there was a whole shitload of these books. These were the first three books that I bought. Okay, those were the first. That's the first time that I ever saw Margaret Weiss's name in print. Right there, The War of the Lance. That was basically my first introduction to Dragonlance as far as the novels go. My main introduction was the comic book. I was introduced to the comic books. I later got to play the NES game, and then later on, I bought the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 2nd Edition. I've had the shit for 20 years. I've poured over it for about 20 years. I'm finally just now learning how to play it. Yeah, I do know how to play Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 2nd Edition. It's the thing about them damn dice and shit. But, yeah, dropping them all over the damn floor. Of course, that was a D12. You don't use the D12 very often. It's the only frickin' die that you use in Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 2nd Edition, and it's rarely used. Use all of them, but D12 is usually used for barbarians and shit, and right now it's over in the floor. I feel kind of like a D12 sometimes. That's what I feel like. But that's what that joke was in reference to. But, anyways, I figured I would just tell a quick Dragonlance story. I want to do some Dragonlance content. Right now, the shit's up in the air. The shit's so bad now that the D&D misspelled Crin on their official product. So please, God, all of you guys out there that are Dragonlance fans, start making Dragonlance content. If you love Dragonlance and you remember Dragonlance, start showing the stuff that you love. Show these youngins what it used to be. I'm Engine Joe. Thank you guys for watching. Y'all be good.